Hello again, friends. Today I'm going to show you my self-care calendar. So first of all, why do I keep a calendar for my self-care? We already have a calendar for enough things, for work life, family life, home life. There's so much going on, and why have one more calendar, one more thing to do? But I think this one is different. And for me personally, whatever I don't put into a calendar, it doesn't get done. So this is in a simple little binder book, a nice thin one, flexible, because I like to carry it around in different places. So we are in the month of June. I have here an empty version, and I usually print out the full ones because I've made them for myself. So there are a few reasons why I keep a calendar and make a calendar for my self-care. One is to motivate me to do something for myself. So I might pick a few here, and as I've talked about before, my Plan Her Self-Care Planner, I might include them, the few that I choose, whether it's the ones for the week, or I can go randomly too. I'm not stuck with doing one after the other. So I might choose some for the week, and I'll list them here in my planner because then it's sure to get done. Or I let myself just go with the flow and what I feel inspired to do at the time. So I like the calendar aspect that it has some type of routine, some type of plan, but then I don't like being stuck in a box or rigid. That's why I've listed 30 ideas, and then I have another version that's totally empty, because sometimes I like to add ideas, or in the spur of the moment I might think of something, or I might get inspired hearing somebody else's idea, or what they do, or sometimes what I read or what I listen to or watch sparks a little inspiration. So I leave one blank, that way I can fill it in with some new ideas. And I think another reason why I like to make these self-care monthly calendars is I'm able to become more sensitive to what my body needs. And that's a big part of self-care, listening to our bodies, which I wasn't so good at doing before when I was a mom. I'm still a mom, but my kids are a little bit older, so they're more independent. They handle a lot of things on their own. Now I have a little bit more time, and I take a bit more time. I try to take more time to actually care for myself. We all need that at a certain stage of life if we don't want to start getting some health problems. So I've had to learn the hard way. Anyways, I've learned to listen to my body. What does my body need, or what would love do for my body right now? Ask myself questions like that. I can really do as I feel led, as I feel inspired, whatever my mood is, and I let myself go with the flow in that. And another reason is it helps me be aligned with nature, with the seasons, and helps me build some good habits and routines, as there is all over nature. And also it helps me realize that there's a time and a season for each thing. It's okay to let go of things that no longer do me good or serve me, and I appreciate when I do have them, and then it's time to let them go. I appreciate the new growths, the new opportunities, the new ideas, things that bring me joy and light me up, and then I can move on and move forward to something else. That's what self-care is for me, a big part of it. Accepting, trusting, the timing. I like to have a little self-care focus for each month. So I would write in my word here. This month is I have my love sunglasses ready at all times for all those wonder moments when I can bask in a blanket of warmth and sunshine. It does me so much good. So I just have a little quote there that I wrote for myself. It's actually part of my journal. I think of the sunshines in my life, and I realize that that's the reason I'm feeling so lit up and on fire. Dark clouds and heavy rain still find their presence, but I never doubt that joy flakes and sunshines are so far from their dazzling comeback. I bask in the sparkling sunbeams of this beautiful life. As you can tell, I've really flowered it up, and sometimes that's fun for me to just add all those beautiful words to my journals, and I don't care because it's for me. And I've listed here something that I can do each day of this month for my well-being, for my self-care, something to treat myself to, something maybe out of the norm, and I try to find something different each day as a challenge and also just for fun. And I take the time at the beginning of each month to do that for the next month. However I feel led at the time or the year. This one is totally blank, to personalize. I've started these since January, and at the beginning I was a little bit more rigid and I check off the circles when I started. So the first circle I would check off when I started, then the next circle when I did it, and then the last circle if I'm satisfied with it. So I did that for a little while, but I realized, well, it's not really me. It is fun to check off boxes. I think our brain does like checking off boxes once in a while. I do too, but not when I feel rigid or put in a box. I need that freedom to do whatever I want, however I want to do it, when I want to do it. 30 days of self-care, and I like to put a pretty picture, and again, self-care focus for this month. What feels the most heartwarming, cozy, and cocooning? I reflect on my secret wishes and dreams. And then I tell myself a few things, again, from my journals. So each month I create myself this page, and it's not rigid. It's more like when I have a few moments and it's like, oh, what can I do for my self-care? A little treat, and I get inspired by one of these ideas. And I like keeping it in plastic sheets like this because then I just use sometimes I just tick them off like that. As you can see here, I just use a whiteboard marker and I put a little dot on the circles. Going back, here's the month of February. So again, I check off the circles when and how I wish. This is when I started doing that, becoming a little more flexible. And this month of February, I focus on love and kindness for myself this month. What would love have me do? And I ask myself, what love do I need in the moment? What does it mean to bask in love? Etc., etc. Maybe I could go into each one a little bit deeper each month and maybe even list the ideas if you'd like that. Anyway, for today, I'm just showing you my calendar idea. So here's for the month of March. I try to find a picture, flowers that I love in the moment, and I craft it. Actually, I craft it first on paper, and then I scan it and create my little calendar like this. So for this month, I pay attention to playful, creative moments that light me up and make me feel renewed. So each month has a little focus. The ideas and activities actually are not totally within that focus, but a few of these will be in line with that as well. Then for the month of April, this month I'm attuned to new doors or opportunities that open for me as I step out and trust the direction it takes me. So even if my mind tells me that I can't do it or it's not worth it, my heart is telling me that I can and that I will. Anyway, some loving encouragement, positive words to myself to remind me, and lots of ideas. And I try to find different ideas for each month. Sometimes I repeat them because I like them so much. So the month of May, this month is loaded with goodness from the inside out. And nature all around me is the only confirmation I need to know that I'm still on track. So the month of May was such a beautiful month of nature with everything budding and flourishing, and well, not flourishing yet, everything budding. So it gives you hope after a long winter. Everything is going to be okay. The colors and beauties of nature remind me that whatever has been brewing up these past months will also find their way out into beautiful blossoms in their perfect time. So here in Alsace in France, it's this part of France, we have long winters. So it feels so good to have a little bit of sunshine, and when everything starts budding, it's just one of my favorite months. And then we are in the month of June, which is the one that I've been showing you. So I will continue to make these because I enjoy them so much, and it lights me up. It feels good inside, and most of all, I feel I'm doing something for my self-care and well-being. And as you've noticed, I don't do all of them because I don't think that's the goal. The goal is just to do something for ourselves. And if you've seen some of my other videos, you realize that I'm very flexible in what I do, my little routines or my inspirations, my journals, and even how I keep track of my self-care. And this is more than keeping track, more than ticking boxes. It's just inspiration and joy and playful opportunities for me, and that's what I want to keep it as. So, in case you would like to use this calendar, I'm sharing it with you. You can find it on my website, and I'd love to hear how you use it, or your ideas, your focuses for each month. Anyway, feel free to download it. It's a free gift from me to you because it's done me so much good, so I want it to do good for you as well. I hope you get inspired by this little idea, and I'll see you next time for some more Art of Well-Being.